Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals, but with the new addition here of Robbie Anderson. I don't know what number he's going to wear particularly. I just threw him on my roster. And yeah, so I guess he's going to be wearing number 80. He got cut from the Panthers because I believe it was because he got literally asked to be removed from the game by his own coach, not even the referees. And there's an interesting video of him on the internet in the parking lot, if you guys have seen that.
Is that Robbie Anderson?
I may throw it up here, but yeah, we're gonna be rebuilding them today as Marquise Brown is actually predicted to be out for the year with the foot injury. So for now, I'm gonna throw him at the bottom of the depth chart and then move up Rondale Moore. I feel like that would just be a better move overall. Robbie Anderson, DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, James Conner, Kyler Murray is a huge piece of this team. Entire offensive line needs to be re-upgraded. Rodney Hudson or Rodney? Rodney, my bad. I thought it was Ronnie for some reason. But he's going to be retiring soon along with Zach Ertz. So this entirety of this front section of the offensive line, including tight end, just needs a whole revamp. Running back Connor Williams, he hasn't been doing amazing in real life this year, but he's 27 in Madden, so we will have to look to replace him. Defensively, looking into it, looks a lot better. Isaiah Simmons, not Justin Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, I feel like he's being misutilized on the Cardinals. I feel like he can be doing so much better. I don't know why. He's an athletic freak. He was great at Clemson. I don't know what's up with him. I feel like he could be doing so much better. Zaven Collins, I don't know why the Cardinals willingly took this guy in the first round. He's not that good. I mean, yeah, he shows some flashes, but he's not as good as people think he is. He's kind of a disappointment, if I'm being real. Trayvon Mullen, they got him for like a 6th-round pick from the Raiders because the Raiders are so amazing at drafting. He used to be a 2nd-round pick, but I think this was actually a great pickup by the Cardinals. Really steal of a deal. A 6th-round pick for Trayvon Mullen. Buda Baker here. Jalen Thompson, Byron Murphy Jr., who I actually had higher expectations for, but didn't really work out the way I thought it would. J.J. Watt is going to retire. This team basically needs a revamp other than maybe receiver and QB. Other than that, this entire team needs to be rebuilt, so that's what we are here to do today. And anyways, guys, apart from that, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. I haven't adjusted any schemes or playbooks. Let's see how we do. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4, third in the division as the Seahawks are at the bottom of the division, unlike in real life. I'm going to keep the auto-generated rookies here. We've got some QBs at the top of the class, outside linebacker, offensive tackle. It's good to see that it's an offensive line class. 4 offensive tackles in the top 10 here. And there's some QBs there, but obviously that's not a need for us as we got K1 at quarterback coming off a win to the New Orleans Saints. We have some players ready to negotiate here. Who is that going to be? Rodney Hudson. If he could stay as long as he possibly can, I would love that. I'm gonna throw him a 2-year deal, up the money, and he wants more. Okay, interesting. J.J. Watt. I'll do 2 years and then up the money. See if he stays with the team. Hopefully he won't rest too hard. Byron Murphy Jr. In real life, he's not doing amazing, but in Madden, he's only 24 years old. Star dev. I need to keep him on this team. Up that money, and he signs for another 5 years. Trayvon Mullen, same deal. He's not amazing in real life, but in Madden, he's 24 years old. Star dev. He needs to stay, and he signs with the team. Justin Pugh, no. Linval Joseph, that's not horrible, but he's going to be like a 77 overall with the regression system in Madden. Same thing with Matt Prater. He's not going to, even though he's a kicker, he's 38, he's going to regress. And everyone else here is just a no for me. I'm going to have to get Rodney Hudson in the offseason, so it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, not making the playoffs, going 8-9. That's kind of how I see the Cardinals season going in real life. So I think that's pretty realistic. But the Seahawks going 4-13. Geno Smith is goated, baby. That's completely unrealistic. Anyways, we're gonna look into the stats and awards to see what we got with the Cardinal scheme. Kyler does not look like a top 15 quarterback. Offense did terrible. Defense did good, at least. Kyler, 4,400 yards, 26 touchdowns only, is very lackluster. 15 interceptions. James Conner, 11 touchdowns, 4.3 average, not even 1,000 yards. Decent season, nothing amazing. Robbie Anderson had an amazing season, though. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Zach Ertz, 2 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. D-Hop got a good amount. And it looks like Marquise Brown was accidentally in the slot. Oh, well, I mean, he was doing good for half the season anyways. This was similar stats other than the 8 touchdowns. I think he had like 500 yards and 3 touchdowns before he got his injury, so close enough. It doesn't matter. Looking into it defensively, Zaven Collins, 141 tackles for a loss, 16 for J.J. Watt, sacks, 11 for J.J. Watt, and 11 for Marcus Golden. That's surprising. Interception, 6 for Byron Murphy. I will stop crap talking Byron Murphy. Safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Byron Murphy and 1 for Zaven Collins. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move in to the offseason. The Panthers and Baker Mayfield win the Super Bowl against Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans. The battle of the mid QBs. Tom Brady wins another league MVP. He's probably going to retire after that. Nah, I'm kidding. Giselle's out of the picture. He's not going to retire till he's 60. Anyways, we're going to look into the roster and see what we got here. We got offensively, any upgrades? None that I see. Surprisingly, Robbie Anderson didn't get one. I kind of feel compelled to give him one because that was honestly a really, really good season. Did he have double-digit touchdowns? He did. I'm going to give him Superstar. For those of you guys complaining in the comments saying, oh, you're cheating. Sometimes the game glitches out, and if your player isn't the starter, like the wide receiver one, they won't get an upgrade. So that's unfortunate, but he had 13 touchdowns, double-digit touchdowns, well over 1,000 yards, 1,300 yards, and almost 100 receptions. That deserves Superstar. I don't want to hear it in the comments like, oh, you're cheating. It's like, no, I'm being realistic here. He had a great season, better than DeAndre Hopkins. He should at least get Superstar development. Defensively, any upgrades? We got Byron Murphy with Superstar. That's huge. And Marcus Golden with Star. I don't think we're even going to re-sign Marcus Golden, so it's not really that big of a deal. But he had a good season. Maybe we'll give him a 1-year deal to let him prove himself again. Maybe that will be good. But we're going to keep the Cardinals scheme because it seems to be working out pretty well. And what are we going to have here for the 2022 retirements? We are going to have the NFC West, I believe. The Matt Prater retires, our punter retires, and our third-string quarterback, Colt McCoy, retires because we have Trace McSorley, baby, so it doesn't really matter. Players ready to negotiate. Is Trace McSorley here even? Can I check? Trace McSorley is here. We're going to keep you on the team, Trace. Got to keep you on the team, baby. And why do you want to test out free agency? It's not like you're going to be anywhere else. Come on. Rodney Hudson suddenly has 0 interest in re-signing. So we're going to have to spike up this money by a lot. And he still wants to hit free agency. How much money is it? Oh, it's only $10 million. I would re-sign him for $10 million for 1 year. Marcus Golden. I'll give you a 1-year offer at best and then spike up the money for you, dude. Like, this is the best I'm going to do. And he wants to resign. Okay, I'll give him a 1. He's 29. I'm not going to resign him the next season, but he did good 1 season, so he deserves at least some type of resign. Rodney Hudson, I'm going to tag for $10 million. $10 million for 1 year seems good to me. And, yeah, we have $47 million to spend in free agency, so let's get into it. Here we are after free agency as I ended up getting James Robinson. I'm not going to lie, though. I kind of overpaid for him, paying about $5 million a year for him. Well, it's more like 8 with the bonuses and stuff, so I kind of overpaid, but it's fine. We got James Robinson over James Conner, so 2 James on the team, both same position, fighting for the starting spot. We got Dawson Knox as well, Rashad Fenton on a cheap deal, Derek Nottie on a cheap deal as well, and Jawan James, just 1-year left tackle on a cheap deal as well. So overall, we had a decent free agency, but it's really about the draft that's coming up, so let's move into it. And in the first round, I'm picking up a DB, Ladarius Mabin out of Wisconsin, only normal dev, unfortunately. Hopefully he can be decent for us. In the second round, I'm picking up a left tackle, James Winters, out of Michigan. Hidden development, 78 strength, unfortunately, but he's 6'7", 320 pounds. So what I basically did in the draft was I picked up one, like, DB, and then I picked all offensive linemen, then I picked a kicker and a punter. Mabin is a 74 overall. That's not even bad. He just doesn't have a development, unfortunately, so he may not even be anything on this team. Special teams. Okay, I got a decent kicker and punter, 72 and 73 overall. That's not even bad. And then Winters, Jawan James going to start at right tackle. DJ Humphries is starting at left tackle. Can I actually cut Humphries? How much money would I take? Oh my God, he has such a high cap hit for being such a terrible overall. I'm going to start Winters anyways. It doesn't matter to me. Parsons is not that good. Levens is all right. Talley is 62. Yeah, Levens, I guess, is going to be my starting right guard. Unfortunately, our offensive line is still terrible. That wasn't really the best draft, but it's a developmental one. So anyways, we're going to move into the midseason mark. I still haven't changed any of the schemes. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 2-4, third in the division. This has got to change immediately, and you guys already know we're gonna change to the Kansas City playbook. We're not a running team. Air raid pistol. What's the best scheme? I guess this is the best scheme. Base 3-4 is what we're gonna stay in there, and then we are going to go to Kansas City's offense or Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay usually is just really on or off, and then Kansas City's all air, passing. Unfortunately, James Robinson, James Conner won't really do us much favors. So I might trade. Yeah, I'm going to... Winters, why aren't you starting? I'm going to trade probably James Conner, not Connors, but James Conner is what I'm going to trade. And then, yeah, we can definitely use some offensive linemen. Players ready to negotiate. Who do we have here? Marquise Brown is a definite must-have back, and he wants to actually kind of stay with the team, so we're not going to make... Ooh, we're out of money already? How? 5... Yeah, we're negative 26 million. Who's taking up all of our money? Oh, no. Marcus Golden. Okay, I'm going to have to find that out, but I'm going to trade away James Conner for someone right now. Trade center, and yeah, let's go find a trade partner. I'm doing a straight-up trade. I'm straight-up trading James Conner for the right guard, Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't really know if he has a development, but anyways, he's an improvement. Let's go check if he does have a development. If he doesn't, it's honestly fine with me. I don't really care that much. And he does. That's actually huge that he has that. And why is James Winters, once again, not starting? I hate how the computer automatically does this over and over and over. James Winters, start. I don't care if you don't want to play. You're playing. You have a development. We need to develop you immediately. We're going to go to the salary to see what is the problem with this team's salary. Total, Kyler Murray. No, we're going to take, what is the savings? We're going to do savings. Marquise Brown, Buda Baker, J.J. Watt, DJ Humphries is the big one, but I can't cut him because he has a huge penalty. Jawan James, Byron Murphy, yeah, we're just screwed. That's all I can really say about that. We're just screwed on cap. Hopefully someone retires. Hopefully DJ Humphries just magically dies. Not in real life. That would be terrible. But anyways, we're going to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 6-11 and missing the playoffs. Woohoo, go team. Anyways, let's see what our offense did. 16th, middle of the road. Kyler Murray did better this season in the passing offense. Defensively, 13th, and we went 6-11. Okay. Kyler Murray, 4,700 yards, 36 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Huge improvement from last season. James Robinson, 12 touchdowns, only 3.9 per carry. Not living up to his contract. DeAndre Hopkins, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Marquise Brown, 5 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Robbie Anderson, almost 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. He's doing pretty good. Looking at it defensively, though, Zaven Collins, 140 tackles, not tackles for a loss, 139 tackles for Isaiah Simmons. Now tackles for a loss, 20 for J.J. Watt, 11 for Derek Nottie. Sacks, 10.5 for J.J. Watt. Dennis Gardick with 8. Marcus Golden only with 5. I'm not going to re-sign him now. Interceptions, 4 for Isaiah Simmons. Safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So we have a lot to improve on this team, but it's now time to move into the offseason. Super high-scoring Super Bowl as Joey B wins his first Super Bowl, 56-35 against Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers. Let's ride Broncos country. Let's ride with Russell Wilson wins the league MVP, and there are no other awards here for the Arizona Cardinals. So we are going to see what we got here for the player re-signings and the player upgrades as well, but I would like to see the retirements first. Probably Rodney Hudson, I would assume, retired. Yeah, I think he would probably be the first one that would retire after being on such a terrible team. View retirements. I thought I said requirements for some reason. I'm super off today, and a bunch of division rivals retire. That's good for us. We're going to see the players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have. We have Marquise Brown, of course, and we're still negative 27 million in cap room. DJ Humphries is taking up all of our money for no reason. I can't sign anybody. I don't know why we're in such big cap room other than DJ Humphries. Robbie Anderson, okay, Rondale Moore. I mean, I guess I don't think we need Marquise Brown, but I would definitely prefer him over Robbie Anderson. But I guess we have Rondale Moore as well, so unfortunate. I should have probably traded him at the midseason mark, but he's going to hit free agency now. And yeah, just unfortunate. Winters has starred Ev as well. Just wanted to mention that. And of course, they didn't start him again. Isaiah Simmons gets superstar dev. J.J. Watt gets superstar X Factor. He's not going to be playing on the team next season anyways because I don't have the money to re-sign him. Marcus Golden is a 69 overall now. Nice. And apart from that, guys, we can't get into free agency, so I'm going to skip out on it, and let's move into the draft. And in the draft, I'm picking up a right outside linebacker, speed rusher out of Notre Dame, hidden development, J.R. White. Hopefully he's going to be pretty good for us. His physicals were pretty good. He seems like an athlete, and he's going to replace J.J. Watt. In the second round, I'm picking up another defensive end, basically. Duke McFadden, run stopper out of Boise State, in development, 92 strength. He seems pretty good. And here we are with the overlook of the team, and DJ Humphries is just gone. I'm just going to bite the bullet on his contract. Okay, we're losing like $500,000. I don't really care. Winters, you're going to go back to left tackle, please, and you're actually going to start this time. Thompson, I picked this guy up in the third round. He doesn't really seem to be horrible. And yeah, we're looking pretty decent here on the offensive line. Now, White is a 75 overall. McFadden is a 74 overall. I'm surprised J.J. Watt is still with us. I for sure thought he was going to be gone. But I'm going to trade him away because I really don't need him anymore. What I need is an offensive line. And I think I need a left guard more than anything. So let's go and try to find one. I'm now trading away J.J. Watt for Landon Dickerson and a 5th-round pick from the Philadelphia Eagles. I need an offensive line. They accepted it. It's good with me. Decent offensive line now. A little bit better, I would say, but honestly, nothing ridiculous. I'm not going to move Moses Levens to right tackle. I feel like moving him from left guard to right tackle is the complete opposite of his position, which it is. So I'm not going to do that. Defensively, looking a lot better. McFadden, yeah, he's going to be decent here. White as well. Jarek. Where's Sam? I picked up a guy named Sam something in the third round. It looks like he doesn't even make the roster. Yikes, he must have been terrible. But, yeah, the team is not really that good, especially for the third season, but we're just going to have to get into it. So let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-3, third in the division once again. Not good. We need to choose a national focus to scout here, and I'm gonna do I do O-line? I guess I do offensive tackle. I'm gonna do that, so that's fine, I guess. And what do we got here for the players ready to negotiate into the 4th and final season? We are going to have... Okay, Landon Dickerson. Doesn't really have an interest in return, but guess what, Landon? I don't really care. You're staying on the team, whether or not you like it, and he resigns. And Budda Baker. That's a big one as well. Friendly, player friendly, and we're going to do that. No long-term commitment, no deal. Dude, it's a 5-year deal. How is that not long-term, you dumbass? DeAndre Hopkins, Trey Smith, Isaiah Simmons. Oh my God, everyone is here. Everyone wants to be paid. Zaven Collins. I'm not going to give you a player friendly. I'm just going to extend your deal, and you better accept. And he wants to stay with the team. Good job. Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on it. Trey Smith, same deal with you. Not going to increase your salary. And length is a letdown. What? I give you 5 years, you idiot. Justin Simmons, player friendly. Up the money. Let's give him more length because everyone bitches about it. Finally, he wants to resign. And DeAndre Hopkins, Trey Smith, didn't want to resign. DeAndre Hopkins. He wants to resign. Let's extend the length so that way people don't get pissed again. And he resigns as well. And Budda Baker, Trey Smith, Robbie Anderson, Rondale Moore. Robbie Anderson has been more consistent for us. Does he have an interest in resigning? Yes, he does. So I'm just going to give him this straight up. And he resigns. And what do we got for Rondale Moore? We're going to give him 5 years, up the money, and... he wants more money, I guess. Okay, so we're going to have to work that out later. Zach Ertz is a no. I already have a replacement a long time ago. I'm surprised he didn't retire by now. So we're going to have to do Rondale Moore, Trey Smith, and Budda Baker later. And yeah, so apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. Hopefully we can actually make it this time. And here we are against the Chicago Bears in the playoffs, 11-6, top of the division. Way to come back, by the way, as the rest of the division just fell off and sucked. Coming off a loss to the Jets, unfortunately. We're going to look into the stats and awards and see what we got. Kyler Murray did actually pretty good in touchdowns, not so good in passing yards. 21st offense is a yikes. 26 defense. What? And then the previous season, we had like a top 15 offense, top 15 defense, and we were 6-11. Makes total sense. 4,300 yards, 38 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. James Robinson, 13 touchdowns, 4.4 average 1,000 yards, better season than last. DeAndre Hopkins taking a huge step up, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. That's the least superstar development. Dawson Knox, 9 touchdowns, 900 yards. Robbie Anderson going on a down year, but he's still doing decent. Looking at it defensively, Zaven Collins, 121 tackles for a loss, 16 for J.R. White. That's huge for his rookie season, but sacks is a yikes. J.R. White with 5.5, McFadden with 4.5. They're run stoppers, but dang, no pressure on the quarterback. Interceptions, 3 for Isaiah Simmons and 3 for Budda Baker. Safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, yeah, hopefully we can actually beat the Bears and actually get a playoff win for the first time. Let's see if we can get our first playoff win of this rebuild. And we do. 24-17 here to face the 11-6 Green Bay Packers. Could we do it to move on to the conference championship? We do not. 38-17. It's always the divisional round that's a problem for me. I don't know why. Anyways, let's move into the offseason. Here we are in the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, Leonard Fournette wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. And J.R. White wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year, so he better get at least superstar development because, Micah Parsons won Defensive Rookie of the Year and got X Factor. So DeAndre Hopkins gets superstar. That's huge. Dawson Knox gets superstar. That's huge as well. And looking at it defensively, J.R. White has superstar development. That's sick. And McFadden has star development, so that's great as well. And yeah, we're looking pretty decent. Nothing insane. But yeah, we have some players to re-sign here, and we have some retirements as well. So we're going to have to look into those to see what we have, and we are going to just go from there, I guess. I mean, I don't think we'll have enough for free agency if the game will ever load at any point in the year. We have 74 million, never mind. So someone probably retired. Imagine it was Kyler Murray. Look at the NFC West, and nobody on our team retired. Interesting. I guess we just have that much money once we cut DJ Humphries. So players ready to negotiate. We're going to go back to Budda Baker. He wanted more length. I'll give you more length, more money, whatever you want, man. And he finally resigns a 7-year deal. Trey Smith, he wanted it. I think he also wanted a bigger, longer deal, and he resigns as well. And what did Rondale Moore want? I don't really know. I think he wanted more years as well. So sure, Rondale Moore, whatever you want. And he resigns. And everyone else here is just no to me. So how much money do we have to spend in free agency? We have quite a bit. I'm going to try to get a right tackle, so let's move into it. Here we are after free agency as I got Kenny Moore because he had a super high interest and I got him a decent deal. Right tackle Terrence Steele. He's only a 73 overall, but he's better than our 62 overall. And Anthony Nelson left outside linebacker. I may get a better one in the draft, who knows. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it's time to get into the fourth and final season and the final draft, so let's move into it. In the first round, I'm picking up left end Amandre McDonald out of UCF. Power rusher, hidden development. He seems pretty good. I'm going to move him over to right end. And in the fourth round, I think, I'm picking up defensive tackle Cedric Kirkpatrick out of Florida. Hidden development, 89 strength, as our defensive line has completely beefed up. And here we are with the fourth and final overlook of the team, as it looks like the CPU picked up this guy, Emmanuel Baker out of Penn. Ivy League type of guy, and he seems pretty decent. Sure, why not? I mean, I guess I'll take him. And then McDonald over here is looking pretty good. Andre McDonald. And then is my other guy a left end as well? McFadden? Yes, he is. So I will officially have to move McDonald over to the right end position. So I'm going to do that right now. And it looks like Anthony Nelson isn't even going to be the starting left outside linebacker, unfortunately. But yeah, what can you really do about it? And then let's see what our defensive tackle is like as well. I don't know why McDonald switches over like that. Kirkpatrick is a 71 overall, so he seems like a good pickup. Never mind, Anthony Nelson is going to be starting. And yeah, McFadden. I also picked up McFadden's other brother, this McFadden. And then I saw another McFadden. I was like, he's a left outside linebacker. He sucks, out of App State. Never draft anyone out of App State. I should have learned that from my past rebuilds. But yeah, Kenny Moore, Trayvon Mullen, Byron Murphy, Rashad Fenton, and Mabin is only a 77 overall with the boost. So he didn't really pan out that well, unfortunately. But the team looks pretty good. We beefed up the defensive line. If I had like another couple years to work on this team, our D-line would be stellar. Anyways, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Well, actually, it's now time to move into the playoffs because it's the fourth and final season. And here we are in the playoffs, making the playoffs, finishing 13-4, top of the division, coming off a win to the Packers, but somehow we don't get the first round bye. That's a little odd, but here to face the 9-8 Buccaneers, so that's going to be a really hard challenge out the gate. But stats and awards, Kyler Murray did all right again. I mean, the passing touchdowns is great, but 18th best offense, 22nd defense. How do we have this good of a record but such a terrible team? Is special teams just carrying us? 4,300 yards, 43 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. No, not 13 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Rushing wise, James Robinson, 17 touchdowns, 4.7 per carry, and 1,000 yards. That's actually a pretty good season for him. DeAndre Hopkins gets 1,300 yards, almost 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns. That's got to be an X factor. And everyone else just did decent. Robbie Anderson went huge downhill. Isaiah Simmons, 154 tackles. That's amazing. Tackles for a loss, 18 for the defensive tackle, rookie defensive tackle, Cedric Kirkpatrick with 2.5 sacks as well. Sacks, 7.5 for McFadden, Duke McFadden, not his terrible brother out of App State. This is the one out of Boise State. Isaiah Simmons with 7.5 sacks. J.R. White with only 5.5 interceptions. 5 for Isaiah Simmons and 5 for Kenny Moore. Safeties is 1 for Andre McDonald, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see if we can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card round. I highly doubt we will. And wow, okay, 49-28, and this is where it ends because the divisional round is always impossible to beat. Literally, I never win the divisional round. And would you look at that? Another unsuccessful rebuild, because in my previous rebuild, I went to the playoffs 4 different times and won all 4 wild cards, then lost all 4 divisional rounds. I can't do anything. The game is completely against me. I have no control over how the game just decides, like, you know what, you lose. How about that? Like, it doesn't matter if I build a 99 overall roster, my team would just lose regardless because it's Madden. And then Baker Mayfield would just ball out and be a god. It's really, really stupid. But the Ravens beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, as if either of those teams would make the Super Bowl, and I'm a Ravens fan. And yeah, DeAndre Hopkins gets X Factor, Dawson Knox gets X Factor, Robbie Anderson ends with 78 overall superstar, Baker is only a star dev. Looks like Isaiah Simmons gets X Factor, that's huge. McDonald's only a star dev. Yikes, dude. It's unfortunate, but anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. If you guys did watch this far, let me know down in the comments below which team you'd like me to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.